Hey, hello, it's Jen. You're about to learn how to play Television slash So Far So Good by Rex Orange County. So I played this song on a concert ukulele. If you want to know the exact model that I have, you can check out all the ukuleles that I own in the description down below. I have them all linked up there. And yeah, so I did use a capo to play the song. I put it on the 4th fret, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there, and standard tuning, so G, C, A, so it should sound like this. Cool. So before we actually get to learning how to play the song, I'm going to show you all the chords that you need to know. I'm going to list them down here right now. If you already know these chords, feel free to skip ahead. I'll have a timestamp right down below. But yeah, if you don't know them, don't worry. I'll show you how to finger each one of them. So starting off with the G chord. So G, you're going to go on the 2nd fret right here. And make sure you look at the photo I have up in the corner. So on the 2nd fret, you're going to put your finger down on the A string. Another one on the 2nd from the top, C, and then a 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd to bottom, so E, should sound like this. That's a G. Then moving on to B minor. B minor, so starting off again at the 2nd fret, you're going to put your finger down on the 3 bottom strings, and then on the 4th fret, you're going to put your finger down on the top string. I had a lot of trouble playing this one when I first started out, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. But yeah, so it should sound like this. Cool. And then a C, pretty simple chord, go to the 3rd fret, the bottom string, that's the A. It should sound like this. And then D7, if you keep your finger down right there on where you had it down for the C, that's the 3rd fret, the bottom string, the A. Also put a finger down, tabbing down all of the strings on the 2nd fret, so it should sound like this. That's D7. Then E minor, start off on the 2nd fret, that bottom string right there. Move on to the 3rd fret and play, put your finger down on the E string, 2nd from the bottom. And then lastly, on the next fret over, so on the 4th fret, put your finger down on the C string, and it should sound like this. Sweet. I need to stop saying cool between all of these. I realize I do that a lot. But that's what it sounds like. Then A7, put a finger down on the 1st fret, 2nd from the top string, should sound like this. Sweet. And then you need to know a couple more chords. These are a little bit miscellaneous. But the B, you need to know, okay, so B, you need to know how to play B. Start off with the 2nd fret. Put your finger down on the bottom 2 strings, the E and the A. Then go to the 3rd fret, put your finger down on the 2nd from the top, that's going to be the C, and then next fret down, so 4th fret, put a finger down on the top string, the G. It should sound like this. You literally only use that chord once in the song, but... And lastly, you need to know G sharp or A flat, same thing. And the way you play that one, so start off again on the 2nd fret, put your finger down on the bottom 3 strings, then move on to the 3rd fret, put a finger down on the 2nd from the bottom, and then on the 4th fret, put a finger down on that top string right there, the G. It should sound like this. Cool, and now you know how to play all of the chords that you need to know for the song. Let's move on to actually learning it. So, the strumming pattern, right? The strumming pattern I do chuck in the song. However, if you don't know how to chuck, don't worry about it. Keep trying, of course, but you can always just do down strums. I'm sure you could do other patterns like down, up, down, that sort of thing, or down, down, up, down, up. But if we're learning it how I played it in my cover, you're going to need the chucking. So how I did it, so it's I'll give you an example. So I'm playing a G right now. It sounds like this. So that's a down, chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck. Yeah, so let's try that together. I'll go a little slower. Just play a G. It should sound like this. So down, chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck. Cool. I hope that you're getting this. If not, just keep practicing on your own. But let's start off. So the intro. Hey, I'm not afraid. You're gonna be playing, so each of the chords that you play, you're gonna be doing that strumming pattern, the down, chuck, up, chuck, twice. So you're gonna see what I mean. I'll put the chords over here so you can follow along. But this is what it'll sound like. So you can follow along if you like. So down, chuck, up, chuck. Remember that. So G, down, chuck, up, chuck, down, chuck, up, chuck. B minor, C, D7, and then G again, B minor, and C, and D7. And you can like just kind of strum that last D7 if you like. Let's do that with the singing part so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. Yeah, let's do that. So starting off again with the G, you're gonna remember you're doing that strumming pattern, the down, chuck, up, chuck twice for each of those chords. So let's do that with the singing. I'll put the chords up here in the corner again. Ready? And hey, I'm not afraid, I can be myself, and I hope you can be yourself as well, 'cause I can make you feel alright. And there was so much happiness that we were still yet to find. I said that you can call me Alex, baby. Welcome to my life. Is that making sense? Hopefully it is. But yeah, that's basically how you start that song off. Pretty simple. Moving on to the verse now. The verse is okay, same strumming pattern, right? The only thing I will say is the chords are different. That's not going to be difficult. However, so instead of playing, you don't play each chord, you don't do the strumming pattern twice for each chord anymore. You're going to be switching off. So it's going to be, you play E minor twice, then you play A7 twice, then you play the C 3 times, and the D7 once. I know this sounds really confusing, but you're going to be able to hear when it changes. It's just, it'll come naturally to you the more times that you play it. And if it's confusing to follow along right now with like me on like the video format, feel free to check out the tab that I'll have pinned down in the comment section below, and you can follow along with the lyrics and the chords so you know when to change them. And I'll make sure to put there like how many times you do the strumming pattern, so it's easier. But yeah, I'm gonna play what the verse should sound like, and you can follow along if you like, or just kind of hear it out. So remember, you just want welcome to my life, the D7, and then E minor. But A7, D7. Okay, so let's play through that together, the verse. So again, starting off from the D7, from the intro. So, welcome to my life. And then E minor, so, don't you worry, girl. No, I'm not sure if I'm into you. Last time that you checked, I was probably so sad and confused. I don't know what you like. But if you're looking for something new, I know somebody that you could choose. And then you can just kind of strum that last chord again. And then you move on to the chorus. So when we go to the chorus, it's going to get a little bit easier again. You're going to be playing each chord. You're going to be doing the strumming pattern twice for each chord, just like you were doing in the intro. But yeah, so I'm going to play what it sounds like without the singing and everything, and you can follow along. I'll put the chords up here. So remember, down, chuck, up, chuck. So what about G? What about B7? What about C? Something that could A7, and you do it again. What about G? What about B7? What about C? What about A7? So let's sing that. So G, what about me? What about me? What about me and you together? Something that could really last forever. What about me? What about me? What about me and you together? Something that could really last forever. You can strum that last one if you like. And we move on. This is a very long song. Move on. We're at the bridge, right? So if all my friends want to be in her bed, that part, you can just down strum on these chords. It's just going to be 3, G, B minor, and C. So I'm going to just sing this one, follow along if you would like. I'll put the chords up again. So if all my friends, so G, so if all my friends wanna be in her bed, B minor, then I begin to wonder why. I guess that C, I'd be lying to myself. So that was the bridge. Let's do it again. So if all my friends wanna be in her bed, then I begin to wonder why. I guess that I'd be lying to myself. And then the second verse is my favorite part of the whole song. I did this part really quickly, however, you do not have to do it quickly. But good news again, you're only doing the strumming pattern for each chord twice. So none of that confusing stuff from the first verse. So I'm going to play it, no singing, so you can hear what it sounds like. So you start off with D7, so, because who the fuck would be dumb enough? Because D7. G, B minor, C, D7, and then you can just strum that at the end. So let's sing it. I'll do it a little slower than I did in my cover. So from the bridge, I guess that, see, I'd be lying to myself, 'cause who the fuck would be dumb enough to reject an offer? Oh, what an offer now? 2, 2, 10, 1, 5. Couple hours can change your life. Frankie saying, oh, what night? What the fuck is a girlfriend? I'ma need advice, or maybe I should go outside so I could get a fucking life. I made a friend and she spent the night now. That last part's a mouthful. But yeah, that was verse 2. And then when you move on to verse 3, like I said, a very long song. It gets a little bit confusing again with how many times you do the strumming pattern. It's kind of similar to the first verse. So like you start off with an E minor, you do the strumming pattern twice, then you do D7 and you do it twice, but then the C you play it 3 times, I believe, again, just like in the first verse, and then D7 once. So that's a reoccurring pattern. You're gonna be playing the C 3 times and D7 once, and then and basically everything is similar. But don't worry, like I said, the more that you play it, you're going to be able to hear when it makes sense to change the chord. And like I said, look, check out the tab that I'll have pinned down in the comment section below, because that'll be really helpful for you. So now I'm just going to be going through the third verse without the singing so you can hear what it sounds like. And keep in mind, you start off with E minor, then A7, and then C. Yeah, okay, cool. So now going from the second verse, I made a friend and she spent the night, and now E minor, A7, and then C, third time, D7, and E minor, A7, and then you can just downstrum these last lines, C and G. So let's sing that so you can hear what it actually sounds like. So I made a friend and she spent the night, and now I'm in love and she remains in my life. I'm back and we spoke in Europe. I need insurance on my emotions. I can't get hurt again. Fuck the past, fuck them, they all make me sad. And I had no time to face my fears. I guess that it's time that I dried these tears. Yeah, cool. So then you get to the last part of the song. This is the so far so good part. So in my cover, I actually changed up the strumming pattern entirely, and I don't really know what the strumming pattern is. Like, I don't know how to articulate it, just because I just made it up on the spot. But I'll show you something that's a little similar. However, I would really just recommend doing down strums for each of the chord. I mean, it sounds like pretty good, honestly, because it's ending the song. And it's a lot easier than trying to figure out what I did, because I have no idea. I can't even recreate it myself. But yeah, I'll show you. So I did a down, down, up, 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 down, 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 up, 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 down. So, but if I could just be happy by the end of the song. And then again, but if by the time you hear it, you are already gone. And then I would suggest strumming down for the rest of them. And it didn't go to plan, then why should I continue in this life? When there's no one around to be the one who makes me smile. But so far everything's, and then that's when you play the B. So far everything's, and then this is the part where in the cover I completely messed up because I couldn't find the right chord for this. But I would suggest playing the G sharp. So good. So it goes, so far everything's good, and just going up a little bit, because if you find a chord that works for this, amazing, please tell me what you use, but I couldn't figure it out. So that's what I did. That's a kind of a cop-out. And then again you end and it just goes, I want the crowd in tears when they hear this. Is that so wrong? And then you can end that on whatever note you want. I ended it on a G. And and that's how you play Television So Far So Good by Rex Orange County. This one's really confusing. Honestly, just take what I taught you, but also like feel free to change it up a little bit because I don't know, it makes it more fun and more like your own version. But yeah, I hope this was helpful. Also, a tutorial for the Weekend. No, it's called Weekend. Yeah, a tutorial for Weekend by SZA is going to be going up right after this one. And eventually Crush Culture, but I don't know when I'll get around to that one. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!